Well, my goodness me, good morning, Mon Petite. Has it been a hot minute? I'm hoping that for you guys, it won't have actually been any time at all because today is Monday morning. And thank goodness, PetiteElliee was so ahead of herself. She was so organized. It was even getting to a point where I was actually getting a bit worried that I was like getting too ahead of videos, and I was literally thinking to myself, I maybe need to slow down a little bit and just have a couple of days off vlogging. Well, the universe heard me, and the universe decided to basically make me bedbound for the entirety of last week. I got the most awful cold. I did test for COVID. It was that bad that I was like, I cannot believe that this is just like a normal everyday cold. I was floored. For about 4 days, I could not get off the sofa. Bless Alex, was literal nurse Alex for me for 4 days straight. It was so sweet, and it's only just been the weekend that I've started to feel a little bit more human and a little bit more alive again. I've had a whole week off from vlogging. It has felt really weird, but I'm so glad to be back. It's really nice actually as well. I feel like, I don't want to say like having a full week off work and then like Monday morning, but it's just nice like on Monday morning being like, you know what, I feel a little bit better. I'm ready to come back to work. I'm ready to come back to filming. It's actually the first day I've worn makeup in about a week, so that's lovely as well. I must say, there is a reason why it used to be prescribed to go outside, because this weekend I have literally spent the whole weekend just sitting on my swingy chair. If you've been following me since last summer, you'll know my little egg chair. I love that thing. I got it for my birthday last year, and it is the best investment you could ever make. If you have a garden, I would definitely recommend buying a little swingy chair. You can do like a 2-person one or a 1-person one. Like, you know, the egg chairs? I'll leave a link down below to a couple of different egg chairs that I find online, because they are just the best investment to make in the garden. You can just sit and swing, you can read. I wasn't even reading, to be honest, because my brain was not going to be working that well. Like, I did try reading. I read a little bit of Evergreen, the spring section of Evergreen, and you know when you reread a sentence about 4 times because my brain just wasn't working, so I was literally just sitting outside and just being. Alex was scarifying the lawn. He was doing a lot of garden work, so we're still trying to get it to a point where it's ready to show and it's like ready for summer. So I feel like we're 99.9% of the way there now. There's just kind of a couple of little things that I want to like add and I want to change, and then I feel like it will be kind of ready. When I say like a couple of things I want to change before I'm like ready to show, before it's like that full blank canvas that we can start with for summer. But no wonder it used to be prescribed. I wish it was still a thing to like go down to the seaside and just sit by the sea for like a week, because that is exactly what I needed. I feel like I only started feeling more human this weekend after spending 2 days pretty much solid, just sat outside, just soaking up the sunshine and just being. It was the loveliest weekend. It still was quite chilly actually, like I did have to have a blanket on, but my goodness me, it was lovely. I've just made myself a cup of tea actually, because I don't know why, but the second I get ill, I get so put off coffee. I've literally not drunk a cup of coffee in about a week, and you know what I'm like? I am a coffee, I was gonna say a bad word then. I'm a bit of a coffee, I love my coffees. Let's not say the word because I don't want to get demonetized at all on YouTube, but I'm sure you know the word that I'm thinking of. But I love a coffee, and it's very not like me to have a coffee, but I always know when I'm like really ill. So at the moment I'm just drinking a lot of cups of tea. So I've made myself a morning cup of tea and I'm ready for Monday morning. And actually I have a very exciting announcement to share with you, and it's an announcement that it's something that I decided whilst I was on my sick bed, and it's something I feel like I may regret, but no, as soon as I've said it, I can't take it back. So if I regret it, then it's too late now. If you're hearing these words, then it means it is happening, and I have made the definite decision, because I just think it'll be really fun. Having the week off from vlogging and off from filming just reminded me how much I love it and how much I miss you guys. So, big announcement time. I am going to be doing Everyday May, which I have never done before, but I love doing daily vlogs. Like, I love doing vlogmas. It's always my favorite time of year when I can like daily vlog and show you guys what's going on. And we have a lot of exciting plans for me. And actually there's still a lot that I want to do around the house. I kind of feel like you've literally seen a fraction of the house, because I have been really kind with myself. This move, I know we've spoken about this a lot, but in the last move that we did, I was just in such a rush to get every room finished fast. And I would say there's a handful of rooms that are like finished. In fact, they're not even like fully finished, because there's still like changes that I want to make, like the bedroom, the living room, the dining room, or at least like the kitchen. These spaces that are like really lovely. but I wouldn't necessarily say they're finished. But there's still a lot of rooms and a lot of space in the house that you haven't even seen yet. So I want to do a little bit more like work around the house. I want to do some more like unpacking, a few more moving vlogs, and just kind of like getting it to like the next stage of the house. I feel like we got like the move in, and now it's like getting places more settled, getting them a bit more kind of like livable, if that makes sense, and just making them like a nicer space to be. So there's going to be a lot of house content throughout May. We're going to be going out. Hopefully we're going to have the loveliest weather. It's a bit grey today, but fingers crossed for sunshine throughout May, and just exploring the New Forest, going out, going to places that I love, exploring new places. I feel like it's going to be a really, really fun month. So you heard it here first. We are going to be doing everyday May, and I am actually so excited. I say I might regret it, but I am currently really, really excited about it. I think it's going to be such a fun month. I've never actually done 31 videos. That is a lot of videos, because Vlogmas is only 24 that I do, so 31 is like another week on top of that. But I think it's just going to be so much fun, so make sure you are subscribed. There's going to be a new video every single night just before 5 p.m. Are we in British summertime now? BST, British Standard Time, British Summer Time, 5 p.m. UK time, there will be a new vlog. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button already, I would love it if you hit it now, because I know a lot of you guys watch these videos without having had subscribed. I don't know if it's because a lot of you watch it on TV, so I don't know if it's like you just don't log into your YouTube on your TV. I'd love it if you logged into your YouTube, and I would love it if you hit that subscribe button, because I just love the community over here, guys, and I think it's going to be such a fun month, and I don't want you to miss a single upload, because I know sometimes when you get a little bit busy, especially like in the summer when you're doing a little bit more, and you can easily just kind of like forget about the upload. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. Even better, turn on the notification bells so that you don't miss a single video, and spend the month with me this May. It's going to be such a fun one. I'm really, really looking forward to it. But you may notice I'm actually feeling rather naked this morning, because despite the fact that I got ready, got my little Holland Cooper cardigan, which I am loving, a little River Island top. It's sleeveless. You know we're coming into spring when I'm ready for the sleeveless tees, but I have no jewellery on currently, because I'm not going to lie to you, I always do a little bit of retail therapy when I'm not feeling well. Please tell me I'm not the only person that does this, but when I'm on my sick bed, in fact, this is why I've decided to do everyday make, because I have come up with a huge list of projects around the house. Alex is ready to kill me, because I keep being like, I think we need to change that. I think we need to do this. I'm going to add this to the list. And he's like, how have you had all these ideas? I'm like, because I'm just sitting on the sofa and staring at these blank walls and staring at these faces that need updating. So been doing a lot of planning with regards to the house, and I've also been doing a lot of retail therapy, and I actually did a little bit of an order at Monicavinader, and I even have a discount code with you guys to share from them, which is so exciting. So I'm going to finish my morning cup of tea, then we can head upstairs and I can show you what I have been picking up, the pieces I've been shopping whilst on my sick bed. Before I show you the Monicavinader pieces though, I've realised I've got a bit of a new home update behind me to show you. Another one of those pieces I bought on my sick bed, and Alex very lovingly, this is why I'm marrying this man, because after doing all the washing, all the cooking, all the cleaning for the entirety of the week, I literally sat on the sofa and didn't lift a finger. He also came upstairs and built me my new radiator cover. I am so happy with how this is looking. You're never going to believe where I actually bought this from. Amazon Home. Amazon Home. I mean, it was flat pack and he was cursing my name building it, because all of these spindles came separately, so he had to hand screw them in individually, and it wasn't even like drills or anything. It was literally like a little hand screw that he had to do. It took him so long, but I've been on the hunt for a beautiful radiator cover for this corner, because I want to utilize this space a little bit more. I think this would be a really nice filming space for reels and stuff, because I've just got my little basket on top, the wardrobe, and I just think it's quite a nice area. And of course my beautiful flowers, which I got at Gunwolf Keys, which was from the most beautiful little faux flower company, which I absolutely adore. These are the ones that I replaced downstairs, because I just didn't think the colour scheme really worked downstairs, but obviously in this room it's a lot girlier, it's a lot more pink, so I wanted to utilise them upstairs, and I think they look so beautiful on top of the cover. But I really wanted to get one that was like not just white and not just plain. Most of them kind of go slatted across that way, but I wanted to get vertical stripes. I thought would be really lovely, and I also love the fact that the wood matches the wood on the flooring, so I just feel like it brings in that warmth. It's so funny actually, because this is such a like full circle moment, and kind of the epitome of like growing up and maturing, because when I was younger I used to despise all of the wood in my mum's house. Lady C has such a classic aesthetic. Like, she is the epitome of the Nancy Myers aesthetic in her home. I think I've shown you her home before, and it's just beautiful, like striped sofas, lovely cozy vibes, and she has a lot of wood around the house. And I remember I used to hate it. I used to always be like, Mum, why can't I just get some like plain white IKEA furniture? And she'd be like, no, we love the oak finishes, we love the natural vibes. And I used to absolutely hate it growing up, and now I'm doing exactly what she did. I just want to add in lovely wooden tones. I want to add in like warm colours and warm tones, and I just absolutely love it. So a new little sick bed purchase that Alex lovingly built for me, but I feel like it really changes up the space, and it just means that I can use this dressing room, like all the angles a little bit more. So you can definitely expect to see this little setup in lots of reels and TikToks and Instagram pics coming soon. I don't know why I always do this to myself, but I've just balanced you in the most precarious way possible. You are on top of a foundation bottle and a couple of perfume bottles, but here we are. If I'm in a really chatty mood today, I am sorry, but it's just been so long. This is why I vlog. Sometimes people say to me like, how do you come up with things to say, because you're just talking at a camera? Like, despite the fact that obviously I know I'm talking to you guys, and I always love it when like you comment and you respond and like we have a bit of a chat in the comments, but in the grand scheme of things, I am just kind of like talking to myself at a camera. But it's because I always just have so much to say, and that's when you know I'm really ill as well, because I barely spoke for like the last week. And that's when Alex literally turned to me and he was like, yeah, you really aren't feeling well. I feel like you've not said a word in about 4 hours. I'm like, I was not well. But yeah, so I'm sorry if this is the most rambly, chatty vlog ever. I probably shouldn't even put this live. And I should probably give it like a little warning at the beginning. Like, if you just want to feel like you're on FaceTime to that friend that does not shut up, this is the video for you. But anyway, Monica Vinader, the real reason you are here, which can we always just appreciate the packaging. I always love how beautifully wrapped and beautifully packaged, and of course, the stunning, what colour would you call these? I would say they're kind of like, ooh. Can you tell I'm rusty? I've just dropped it. Oh my goodness me. Let's try that again, shall we? What colour would you call this? Because I would say it's like a purpley maroon. Some people have said like different colours. So comment down below, what colour do you think these boxes are? But I do love them with the rose gold writing. I just think they always feel so, so special. And you're going to notice there's a bit of a theme. It's almost like in fact, yeah, I've pretty much kind of created a little bit of a shopping list of pieces that I can like style up together, because I'm loving matchy jewellery at the moment, like matching sets, pieces that you can wear together. You'll definitely notice that my style has changed so much with regards to my jewellery. I'm so much more minimal with my pieces, because I feel like if you get the right pieces, you don't need to layer up loads, you don't need to be wearing a ton of jewellery, just those beautiful simple pieces that just make a statement in their own, I feel like is what you need. But before we get into that, the discount code, because I know that's what you are all going to be waiting for. If you do want to shop any of these pieces and anything on Monica Vinader, I will leave a link down below to their new in section, because they have had so many gorgeous releases for spring summer. I am obsessed. So use the code PetiteElliee MV15 MV20. I'm gonna have to check it. Hold please, caller. MV20. That is 20% off Monica Vinader jewellery, which I just think is such an incredible discount. Now, the PetiteElliee has not got 2 E's on the end. It's just PetiteElliee MV20. I will leave it on the screen, and I will also leave it down below, so that if you want to shop anything, you can get 20% off. I might even have to pick up myself some more pieces and literally use my own discount code, because there's so many more gorgeous bits on their website. If you have any birthdays coming up, which actually, it is my birthday in just over a month's time, so I might start compiling a list of beautiful Monica Vinader pieces. Does anyone else always do a birthday list? I feel like it's because of my job. People always say to me like, just what do you want? I always find Alex, my mum, my sister, like they always text me being like, you are so difficult to shop for, like please just tell us what you want for your birthday. So I have to start creating a list of beautiful Monica Vinader pieces. But birthday's coming up, if you're gonna treat yourself for some beautiful new jewels for summer, definitely make the most of the discount. So let's get into the boxes, because there's a real theme with these pieces, and that theme is pearls. Now this is a necklace. This is one that I just dropped, so I've already seen what this looks like, but this I think is the most beautiful necklace I have ever laid my eyes on. I mean, can we just take a moment? The like 3 tiers with the pearls is just absolutely stunning. One thing I love that Monica Vinader does as well is they really create these kind of like imperfect pieces that look like they've been bashed about. They look like this looks like it's been found at the bottom of the ocean. which is what I just absolutely love about them. They're imperfect, they're unique, and I feel like they are just such a statement piece without being a lot, if that makes sense. Like, it's a really simple but statement item that is such an oxymoron, and I realise it as I'm saying it, but it's the only way that I can describe it, their jewellery. And I do love their gold vermeil pieces as well, because it's vermeil. It's like not break the bank expensive, but it does mean that they last so much better. Oh my goodness me, how beautiful. I might put that one chain longer actually. I did that on the shortest, and I think with this neckline, one longer might be a little bit more flattering. Oh yeah, that is definitely the perfect length with this neckline. Just look how beautiful that is. And I feel like this is going to be the kind of piece that I can wear all throughout spring, summer, because especially in summer, and I realized this actually after doing my wardrobe switchover, getting out all of my dresses, I'm a V-neck girly. Like, it's so funny, throughout winter I love a high neck, I love a crew neck, I love a roll neck. As soon as we get into summer, all of my dresses have that like beautiful V. I just feel like it's really flattering, and wearing a beautiful pendant necklace to kind of frame that neckline is just so timeless and classic. And I just love these pearls. I'm guessing you can take them off as well, so that if you wanted to, you could wear it individually. So it's almost like 3 necklaces in one, because you can wear it as all 3, you can wear it as 2, you can just wear it as the 1. I feel like it's one of those necklaces that you can just get so much wear out of. I feel like this would be a beautiful gift as well for someone that's a pearl lover, because it's not necessarily something that you would buy yourself. It's also not necessarily something that you would already have in. I know a lot of us probably have a pearl necklace. A lot of us probably have a pearl pendant, like earrings, things like that. But something like this, it's just so unique, yet still encompassing of like your true personal style. You know what I'm like? I love a pearl, especially in spring, summer. I just feel like this necklace, it's just the most beautiful addition into my collection. Next up is something that I'm not gonna lie to you, I have never seen this before, and when I saw this on monicavinader's website, I audibly gasped, because it was just the most beautiful thing I think I've ever seen. If you're looking for like a wedding jewellery, really like formal guest styling, this ring, oh my goodness me, let me show you it a little bit closer, because how stunning is that? A pearl ring, I've never seen anything like it. I'm so excited to try it on. I was a little bit unsure about the sizing, but actually that is perfect. Just go for your usual size and that will fit so nicely, because the shape is obviously like meant so that the pearl can kind of like sit beautifully on the ring. But how beautiful is that? And as I said, a lot of us already have a lot of pearl pieces, because pearls are so timeless, because pearls are so classic, they'll never date. So pearls that you probably bought 10 years ago, you'll still have in your collection. So it's really nice to add pieces to that can kind of just like build on the collection, that can go with pieces that you already have in your collection. And I don't feel like any of us will have a pearl ring. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I just never seen one before, and I just think it is so beautiful. I almost feel like Ariel. Like, how stunning is that? And especially as we're going into spring, summer, I feel like that's just going to be the perfect piece to add into your wardrobe, again with the gold vermeil, which is just absolutely beautiful. And I love that the ring's like actually a little bit thicker than a lot of the rings I have in my collection, but I just think it looks so elegant with the pearl. I mean, it stands quite proud. It's quite similar to my engagement ring actually. They do stand quite proud, and I kind of love that. I feel like it just makes it a little bit more of a statement. It makes it a little bit more of a focus piece. And as I said, for some wedding jewellery, I mean, how stunning would that be if like you and your bridesmaids have matching little pearl rings on your wedding day? Oh my goodness, it's getting me very excited to get back into wedding planning. But stunning, absolutely stunning. If there's a trend that I feel like monicavinader pioneered, it's the asymmetric trend. Wearing pieces, particularly on your ears, that aren't quite the same. Not exactly like different, like not wearing different earrings or anything like that. I'm never the kind of person that could do that, but just wearing pieces that like aren't identical, and it makes it a little bit of a focus piece. It makes it a little bit of a talking piece. And when I saw these earrings, oh my goodness me, I fell in love. So as you can see, one of them has the pearl as the kind of stud, and then one of them has the gold as the stud. So I know they're really tricky to show you, but oh my word, I need to get these in my ears, because I just think these are so perfect. And as you can tell, we have a real pearl theme coming on, because I just feel like for spring, summer, there's nothing more classic and there's nothing more elegant than beautiful pearls. I love the fact that that pearl is at the top, and then you've got the gold little bit kind of like dangling down. I don't know what you'd call these, because they're not really like, maybe danglies? Dangly earrings? Is that like a really old-fashioned way to say it? I feel like that's something my mum would say. That's the best way to describe them. These kind of like, they're not really drop pearls, they're not really pendant pearls, but I just love the way that they come down. I mean, look at that. I love the fact that they are asymmetric, and yet they still go so beautifully with the necklace, because of the fact that they are bashed up. You've obviously got the gold, which is just so classic for spring, summer, bringing those like warmer tones. I do love gold jewellery as we go into summer. I feel like autumn, winter, I'm very much a silver girl. spring, summer, it's all about the gold tones. I just love how they pair together with the necklace. And then lastly, we have a beautiful bracelet, which I feel like is going to complete the set. I mean, how lovely would this be to like get for someone for like a birthday, and then maybe for Christmas, and then like another birthday, to just kind of like add to the set. I think that's so, so lovely, especially because so many pieces on Monica Vinader don't go out of stock. Like, I have items from Monica Vinader that I have had in my collection for years, and they're still available on the website, which I love seeing, because I love being able to know that like the pieces are so timeless and classic. They are happy to keep selling them because people are still going to keep buying them because they're just beautiful. Well, that was a major green flag with this bracelet. I did not actually struggle to get that on at all, and Alex isn't here today, so if I couldn't have got this on myself, then we would have been absolutely screwed. But how beautiful is that? I mean, that's just the most dainty, elegant bracelet I think I've ever laid my eyes on. And look at how imperfect that pearl is. I love how like bashed up it is. I love how beveled it is. As I said, it literally looks like they picked it up off the ocean floor, and I really love, can you see the like little dots in the chain? I kind of wish that this chain had that as well. I feel like that would be really, really beautiful, because I love it when the chain itself is like a bit of a talking point, and the chain itself is almost like got its own kind of personality. I think is so, so lovely. But if you're just looking for like the daintiest little pearl bracelet, I think I may have just found the one. Again, this would be so beautiful for wedding jewelry, and especially paired with this pearl. I quite like the fact that this pearl is like very prim, it's very proper, it's very beautiful, and this one is just like so imperfect, it's so bashed about, it's so unique. Yeah, they both have like their own personality, which is what I just absolutely adore. So a few pieces that I wanted to cheer myself up with, and I think it is safe to say I'm in an excellent mood after doing this unboxing. So many gorgeous pieces to add into my collection that can style up all throughout spring, summer, and as I said, we've got the discount code as well. So if you are looking to get 20% off Monica Vinader pieces, then be sure to use PetiteElliee MV20 to make the most of the discount. And let me know what pieces you are picking up. I always love it when you send me DMs, when you tag me in photos and show me what you've been buying with the discount, because it just makes me so, so happy to know that you are making the most of the amazing, amazing discount. So many stunning pieces that are just retail therapy. It really is the way forward when you're not feeling well. I'm not gonna lie to you, I just keep looking at myself in the mirror being like, oh, I'm just so in love with the pieces. I can't actually choose a favorite. I would love to know what is your favorite from this haul. I love the earrings. I think they're so unique and beautiful, but I actually have to say, I think the ring might take the center stage for my favorite piece, because it's just so different. And I feel like it's very different in terms of the jewelry that I have, because I do love bashed up pearls. I don't really know what other word to use other than like bashed up. I love imperfect, like looks like you just found them at the bottom of the ocean kind of a pearls, and that's obviously what the rest of these are like, but this one is just so prim and proper and elegant. I do absolutely adore it. And as I said, Monica Vinader is a brand that I have had pieces for so long. In fact, I've got my jewellery box here because I wanted to show you a couple of pieces that you can still shop on Monica Vinader that they've had for ages. Number one, my gorgeous Kate earrings, which I still see so many girls wearing to this day. I absolutely adore these. They're like a half gold, half kind of tortoise shell, and they are a perfect pair of earrings. So if you're someone who likes statement earrings without liking something too like big, you don't really like hoops, like you like something very, I want to say prim and proper again. That's kind of just the vibe that I'm getting from this ring, but you just want something that's really elegant and beautiful, almost a bit Elizabeth James kind of aesthetic, if you know The Parent Trap. These are stunning. I love them if I'm just doing like a slick back bun, if I'm just kind of chucking my hair up, because they really elevate an outfit. And then my other favorite pair from Monica Vinader are these earrings, which are kind of similar to the ones that I just got. But obviously these are just the kind of like, I don't want to say basic hoop version, but these are just the more classic hoop version, which I really love because they're not like a proper hoop. So if you're someone that doesn't really like hoops, they're a little bit less intimidating. But again, you've got the really bashed up pearl, which I just absolutely adore. I just think it's just so Monica Vinader. Like when you wear these pieces, you know where you are getting them from, and I think they just make such great gifts. I think they're such beautiful jewellery that I just wear time and time again. And these two pieces, I've literally had these earrings for so long, and I still wear them to this day. I absolutely adore them. So would definitely recommend utilising the discount code to make the most of the pieces and make the most of the sale, so that you can shop the items at a discount, because they really are beautiful items that if you get the right pieces and if you know what you like, they really can last you a lifetime. So yeah, and I'm kind of loving how the jewellery box is looking on the radiator cover. What do we think? Just to style it up a little bit more. Maybe I just do one either side, because I think it was just looking a little bit plain before. That's quite cute, actually. Yeah, I really like that. In an attempt to cheer me up, last week Alex did a bit of a food shop, and I mentioned that I wanted some herbs. So whilst he was at Mark's, he picked up a couple of herbs for me. And do you know what's really funny? One of them is not doing well. And I need your help as to why it is not doing so well. But I potted up some mint, which has just gone in a little pot like this, which I always love throughout summer. I love for like mojitos, whenever I'm doing like drinks, whenever I'm doing my little, oh, that one's come off. Whenever I'm doing like my little mocktails and cocktails, I feel like having mint is just so, so lovely. I've also heard that you can literally do mint tea like straight from the mint leaves, which I need to look into, because that might be really, really nice, considering that I'm not really drinking coffee as much at the moment. But the thing that's not doing so well is my basil plant. And I need to find out why. I need to do a little bit of digging, because I potted him up, gave him a lot of space, because I do find that basil needs a lot more space whenever you buy it from the supermarket. And he's just kind of died, which is really, really sad, because I love basil. Again, in like spring, summer, I love putting it into like pastas and dishes and dinners and things like that. So it's a real shame that it's died back. So I need to maybe buy another one. I mean, I don't really want the same to happen again, but I used to have a basil that I kept on the windowsill in our old house, and it thrived. Like, it literally grew to about this tall. It got to a point where it was getting a little bit leggy and I had to cut it back. So if anyone has any recommendations on what to do with basil, let me know. But another really sweet thing that Alex did to cheer me up whilst I was on my literally just keep talking about my sick bag, but I really was for like a week. He also picked me up, which I have been living off this past week, the Zoe gut shots. Oh my goodness me, I don't know what I would do without these. I don't know if I've actually introduced you to these before. I know I talk about kefir a lot, because kefir is just an absolute game changer. If you're someone that has stomach problems, if you have gut problems, if you have any like allergies or anything like that, even skin problems like eczema, treating the gut is like the first thing that you want to look at. So these are the M&S Zoe gut shots. So Zoe is Tim Spector's brand, which I know is all about like gut health. It's all about like eating well and like eating the right things. So this is a gut shot with over 5 billion live cultures from 14 different strains. It's a milk kefir with berries. And when I tell you this tastes like a berry smoothie, I'm not joking. I actually think when it comes to the summer, whenever I'm like ordering berry smoothies, I'm not going to enjoy it as much as this, because I know it's not going to be as like good for me as this is. I do wish that they did this in like a big pot instead, so that I could just pour it out into glasses, because that's what I do with my kefir. Just like every morning I'll take like a little shot. But this just tastes so, so good. And especially when I've not been very hungry this week, this has been an absolute game changer, life savior. And I do absolutely love them. They're great though, to be fair, this size. If you work in an office, if you want to take it with you as like a little mid-afternoon snack, you know, when you get that feeling when you're like, oh, I kind of want a coffee at like 3 o'clock, but you know, you don't really want the caffeine. You maybe are like the kind of person that reaches for a Diet Coke. This is actually like a great alternative to have, because it does give you a little bit of energy. It's been great at like keeping me full as well. Like, it does fill you up when you're like not really hungry, but you just kind of want something. You maybe like want to snack on something, but you're not actually like in the mood for food. Absolutely love these. So he picked up loads of them as well from Mark's, which I could not be more grateful for, because as I said, I've literally just been living off these last week. I feel like this is just becoming a bit of a what I bought this week vlog, but please tell me I'm not the only one that just does so much retail therapy when they're not feeling well. And then the orders arrive and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot I ordered that. Exhibit A. I actually ended up ordering myself a Stanley cup, which I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know how much I'm going to actually use. I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy drinking from like a plastic straw, because I don't know, I'm like very much a glass person. I quite like drinking out of a nice glass, but I bought the classic Quencher H2O tumbler. I got it in black so that if I am not a fan of it, I can always just like give it to Alex, and he can like take it into the office or something, because he's someone that actually could probably benefit from this more than I can, because he just forgets to drink throughout the day, whereas I'm someone that I'm like, oh, I love a tea, or I'll have like a juice, or I'll have a little kefir shot. Like, I drink a lot of water throughout the day by itself, as well as like in other things. So we'll see how I get on with this. It is absolutely huge. I didn't quite realize how big this actually is. I've also heard that this doesn't fit in a Fiat, so if I'm ever, I can only use this when I'm on a road trip and I'm driving them over. But yeah, we'll see how I get on. We'll see if I utilize it. But another thing that I ended up treating myself to whilst I was on my sick bed, that I just wanted to cheer myself up with retail therapy. And despite the fact that I couldn't read a proper book, as I said, I tried Evergreen, but even then, like, the words just kept jumbling it themselves on the page. But you know what I was reading a lot throughout last week was my interior books. I love my White Company books. I've spoken about these so much. We've got Living with White, which is the most recent one that they did. This one's a lot more seasonal, so I would definitely definitely recommend picking this up because I love seasonal living. I think it's a UK thing. I don't know if a lot of people around the rest of the world do it. I'd love to know if you're very seasonal with like your home decor, with how you live, let me know. But Living with White's a much more seasonal one, and the art of loving white? The art of, goodness me, I can't read from here. For the Love of White. That's another really lovely one, which is a little bit older, but I do love that. And I've also rediscovered this book, which I've not read in ages. This is Live Beautiful. And I'm not gonna lie to you, when I say I read it, literally just looking at the pretty photos as I was unwell. This one's got a lot more color in. So if you're like me and you're kind of over the sad beige aesthetic, you wanna add a little bit more color into your house, this is a great one to have a look through. It's a bit more American. So it's the only thing I would say is that a lot of these houses are like very American. You wouldn't really be able to like do a lot of this here in the UK. I mean, like, nobody really has a pool here in the UK. But it's just quite nice to have a little flick through and think about like inspo, think about design, like what you want to add into your home. And like one of the things I'm really thinking about doing is making the rooms a little bit more, like each room I want to have its own personality. I think I've already touched on this, especially when I spoke about the kitchen, but I kind of just want to basically have a color scheme in every single room. So we've got the red in the kitchen, which I really, really love. We've got the green and the brown here in the living room, which I think is lovely. I'm unsure what to do with the dining space. That's one that I'm gonna have a little bit more of a think on, but I'm not really in a rush to. We've got Alex's office, which is very much gonna be navy blue, masculine vibes, like a dark aesthetic. My office, which is a bit more like beiges, pinks. Obviously our bedroom, which is very much like neutral colors. And then we've got another room, which you've not actually seen yet, which is very much more like sagey vibes. Like, I kind of want to call that like my Nancy Myers room, which we will touch on Everyday May. I will give you a full tour of that room. You will see it throughout Everyday May. So if that's not a reason to subscribe, then I don't know what is. But do you know, I also started watching last week as well. And I dragged Alex into it because he's not actually watched it from the start. It was one of those shows that, like, you know, when you kind of watch it yourself, then they start peering over your shoulder and they're like, oh, who's that? Oh, what's going on there? Oh, that's interesting. Escape to the Chateau. If you were looking for just like an easy watch at the end of the day, after like a working day, or if you're currently ill and you're just looking for something to binge, Escape to the Chateau. There is every single episode on, is it all 4? Channel 4? Whichever the streaming service is from 4. I think it's all 4. Which I have to say, it's not an easy streaming service to navigate. Every time I have to go on it, I have to search for Escape to the Chateau. I have to like scroll down to like where we last were, but it is just so good. And I forget just kind of how long the process was from the beginning to the end, because I watched it from the beginning when it like first came out. It's about 9 years worth of renovations that they do. If you don't know Escape to the Chateau, basically it's a British couple that moved over to France. They realized that they could, for the cost of like a normal home here in the UK, buy an entire chateau in France. I think they bought it for like £250,000, which you'd barely even be able to get a flat here in the UK now. Obviously this was like 10 years ago, but they bought a chateau which was completely derelict, hadn't been lived in for like centuries, and they basically slowly but surely do it up, which is what I quite like about it, is that it really reminds me of like what I'm trying to do with this house. It's a slow process, but it's like, it's always moving forward, but just not in a rush. And I just love watching what they do. Dick, who is the husband, is amazing. Like, he can do everything, plumbing, engineering, like DIY. He is so good. And Angel, she is a visionary, like an absolute visionary. I would never go as extreme or out there as she does, but it's really amazing to see and just like get inspired with what you can do yourself, and like things that you can create, and like color schemes that I maybe would have never thought worked together. She's absolutely incredible. And every single room and like every aspect of the chateau has a theme, or it's got like an idea, and I just love that. And I really want to incorporate that in our own home. In fact, I watched a TikTok the other day of someone who's decided to name every room in her house, and I don't know if it's the most pretentious thing ever or if it's actually the coolest thing, because already we're starting to get like a little bit confused about like what room's what. So I almost want to like give a name to each room and have that name like related to something. Like maybe it's the name of the wall color in that room, maybe it's the name of like, I don't know, a print or a pattern, or I don't know. I just think that'd be really cool. Like, I almost want to call Alex's office like the captain's study, and like then maybe my office can be like the Nancy Myers room, or the room that you've not seen. And like, I just like really like that idea. So let me know if you think that's the most pretentious thing you've ever heard, or if it's actually really cute and you would do that as well, or if you already have done that in your home. I would love to know what names you have for your rooms in your house. It's been really nice to have this week just to like get re-inspired with regards to the house, and knowing what I actually want to do in each room, and just find inspiration from maybe more, what's the word? unexpected places. I feel like it's really lovely being able to find inspiration from places that you wouldn't expect to find them from, like a derelict chateau in the south of France on a TV show. It's not normally the place that I would look for inspiration. Normally it'd be straight to Instagram or straight to Pinterest, but it's been really, really lovely just flicking through books, watching TV shows, and just getting re-inspired and reigniting my love for what we're gonna do to this new house and how much it's gonna change over the period of time that we are here, and that is just such an exciting prospect. Oh my gosh, I've just done the funniest thing, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was starting to get really tired and I was thinking to myself, gosh, it's probably getting really late now. I should probably go and take my makeup off. Oh my gosh, I need to start thinking about dinner. I might not even have it on time for when Alex gets home. What time actually is it? It's 4:45. It's not late at all, but I'm really feeling the tiredness now. It is really starting to kick in, which I don't feel like is a bad job considering it's my first day back, it's my first day working, it's my first day with makeup on, and in fact I feel like I've kind of just had word vomit at you, so this might be a rare one-day vlog, which actually you're gonna have a lot of these. This is why we need to do every day of May, because 1 week off from vlogging and I missed you guys so much. I can't wait to spend every day together throughout May. It's gonna be so much fun, so I hope you're looking forward to it as much as I am, but I do think I probably need another evening on the sofa, just zenning out and catching up on Escape to the Chateau, watching a couple more episodes. I'm enjoying it so much. So let me know if there's any good like interior home programs you're watching at the moment. I have never watched so much TV than I have recently. It was the only thing keeping me going. But to get my makeup off, I'm not gonna lie, I did another order because I needed a bit of a top up of some of my favorite Clinique pieces. I needed a top up of my Clinique Moisture Surge 96 Hour Hydro Filler Eye Serum, which I absolutely love. It's my ride or die. I literally use this morning and evening. And when I was on there, I stumbled upon something that I have not picked up in so long. The Clinique Take the Day Off. What's this called? Cleansing balm. You can tell I'm getting tired now. I was like, makeup, nope. Remover, nope. Cleansing balm. The Take the Day Off cleansing balm. And oh my gosh, if you were looking for like a really dewy, thick, I want to call it like a greasy cleanser, which always sounds gross, but I love a greasy cleanser. They are just my favorites because they really like get deep into your skin. They're nice and moisturizing as well. Like I don't find them stripping. I don't find them like, they're not like a foaming cleanser, but sometimes you can feel a bit stripped and dry afterwards. They feel so nourishing. I absolutely love them. So I'm going to use this tonight because it is completely unused. There's nothing more satisfying than being like the first day that you get to use a cleanser, so I'm going to use that this evening. In fact, I have really stripped back my makeup since being ill because the amount of times that I get ill and I just completely neglect my, not makeup, my skincare. God, I'm getting really tired now. We need to wrap this up, this vlog. I've really stripped back my skincare because the amount of times that I get ill and I completely neglect my skincare. So I kind of said to myself, right, you're not going to neglect your skincare because you do not want to have to like deal with the consequences of that and like fix the blemishes and the impurities and like all of the things that come from not looking after your skin. So every single day I was making sure to use 4 products, literally just 4 products. So the eye serum, which I absolutely adore. The Quarterly, this is the Vinader Hydra. This is literally just a hyaluronic acid. And I would always recommend getting hyaluronic acid in your skincare routine because if you have to strip it back, this is the one thing I will always use. Never mind serums, never mind oils, hyaluronic acid. And I'm loving this Quarterly one. It's really gentle, yet nourishing and moisturizing. So loving that. And then the Clinique Moisture Surge Overnight Mask, because when I'm ill I get really dry, and I've actually been using this morning and evening just to really give myself like that hit of hydration because I needed it when I was sitting there doing absolutely nothing. And then on my lips, again, because I am super dry, the Tatcha, the Kiss You Lip Mask. This is just a really lovely lip balm, super nourishing, super moisturizing, a little bit sticky actually, but I do really like it if you just like really want to give yourself that hit of hydration. So that's all I've been using, my like sick girl makeup, if you will. But I think I might use that again tonight because it's just simple, it takes 5 minutes, and yet still like looks after your skin really well. So I'm going to get this makeup off. So excited. Why do we do this as like beauty bloggers, you know? Why do like people on TikTok and Instagram just want to like tap the lid? It's my favorite thing in the world. But first use of the Take the Day Off. There is nothing better. So I'm gonna get my makeup off. I might actually run myself a bath. I've never had so many baths as I have had in the last week, but this bath has been an absolute lifesaver. So maybe I'll jump in the shower. I haven't decided yet. It's gonna be a lovely chill evening. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog. It's so lovely to be back, and I hope you're excited about every day May. So we've got 1 vlog from now until May, and then after that, every night just before 5 p.m. I always like to put my vlogs live a little bit sooner so that you have got them ready in your subscription box so that you can watch them in the evenings. There's nothing worse than like a late upload. When you're sitting there at 5 o'clock waiting for the video, it's already up there waiting for you. So make sure you're subscribed. If you're excited about Everyday May, comment every day down below in your comments. I love knowing who gets to the end of these videos. I love to know who's excited about Everyday May, because as you can tell, I certainly am. So I'm gonna have a lovely cozy evening and I will see you in the next one. Bye.